So today we'll be talking about Moon in Aquarius in the second house. So if you have this placement, you are at exactly the right place. And to sum this placement up, the Moon in Aquarius is about an emotional need for freedom, self-reliance, or independence of some sort, or an emotional need for detachment. So it's kind of a contradictory meaning in terms of what the moon actually likes. The moon is about roots. It rules the fourth house. And Aquarius is the sign of fixed air, so it means a constant state of detachment. So it's kind of like a floating cloud. So they have a constant need for their roots to be ungrounded. They need movement, be able to be free a lot of times. And they have heavy control over their emotions. So they're able to control things in order to take a more logical approach. The moon shows us the creative resource or substance that we have, like what we use to create our lives, what we use to build our foundation and to build our empire, or just the constant thing that we develop. And what we use. And when it's in Aquarius, this means this is somebody that uses logic as their creative resource. And logic is detached. It's emotional detached. So these people would not be the type to jump to assumptions or take emotional decisions or make emotional conclusions. They're very detached and logical. Now, in the second house, which is about possessions, resources, and finance, there is an emotional need or appreciation or stability regarding resources, money, financial freedom, financial potential, financial opportunities, having the resources to do what one needs. The second house is also about self-esteem. And then, of course, we have Aquarius being about individuality as well. And it's about freedom. So in the case of Moon and Aquarius in the second house, to sum this up, because I know I was a little bit scattered just explaining, the general keywords. To sum this up, Moon and Aquarius in the second house would be somebody that has a need for freedom, for independence and self-reliance in order to have a healthy self-esteem. So these people will be emotionally detached. They are not afraid to cut things off, even things that most people would get attached to, like good situations, money, like financial situations, jobs, certain relationships. They're not afraid to cut those things off if it starts to affect their self-esteem or their feeling of self-worth or their feeling of self-reliance. They really want to be the boss. They really want to be in charge, especially of their home life. And they want freedom, especially for their family. So that's pretty straightforward in that case. But yeah, so another way to put this is somebody that does not get attached to possessions and uses them as a resource for freedom or for reaching a certain state of freedom or a certain self-reliant state. So yeah, they will use the resources, but they will not get attached to it. They will not get grounded to one piece of land or one area. And a lot of times these people are highly creative, and they like to use technology as part of their creativity. Because the moon is the creative process. And Aquarius is logic and technology and systems. They're very organized when it comes to their finances, or rather there's like a very systematic approach. They have some sort of logical approach to finances and resources. the last thing is they have a logical psychology. And a lot of times psychology and astrology, which is indicated by the second house, it can revolve around, non-logical things. It can be very emotional. But these people have this detached psychology, this logical psychology that is very cutthroat. They can cut corners. They can cut things off if it doesn't serve them. They will sacrifice it all if things start to invade their freedom or their self-reliance in a bad way. And they have a lot of power over their emotions. So anyways, okay. And then of course, this power over the emotions is ultimately in order to secure their self-esteem, because they feel like they must be emotionally strong in order to feel good about themselves. And they may be like emotionally defensive in a certain way by using logic and always detaching it, like never bringing things to how they truly feel, but more so, putting the emotions to the side and defending their self-esteem, defending their self-worth. So, yeah, hopefully that wasn't too scattered, and hopefully that made sense. Other than that, I appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoyed, please consider hitting the like button, subscribing to this channel if you want to see more content, and sharing this video with somebody that has this placement. Other than that, for a natal chart reading, check the link in the description. Video.